Ladies and gents, lovely people, welcome to this inaugural Japanese on Friday stream. How you all doing? Danny Smikle, welcome. How you doing, buddy? Glad to see you back. For more. We are gonna be doing the same as the last time, so just if you're new here, we're gonna start with some Kanji learning, move on to drilling that in Anki, then we're gonna do a little bit of Comprehensible Input, so I'm gonna introduce you to a brand new channel today. Once we're done with that, we are gonna be doing, of course, visual novel. So we're gonna be playing a little bit of visual novel, and that is as last time until we finish it, Hanahira. That's pretty much it. Danny Smikle says, if you study 25 words a day, are you supposed to know them on the first day of study and the day after, or are you supposed to learn them through reviews? You are supposed to... Right. So here is the question for you, Danny, and let's see if you can answer that. Do you reckon if you're studying 25 words a day, you'd be able to actually learn those 25 words every new day and never forget them? I don't think so. So the way it works is this. What you do is you, of course, try and read the words and remember the words. So if you're using Anki, and again, this is an assumption that you're using Anki or another flashcard space repetition system, what you will do is the following. You would try and learn a word, see if it comes up on Anki, right? So do you get it right? If you get it wrong, you say again. If you get it right, you say yes. And then Anki will determine when to show this word to you again. If you're doing this in Anki or other space repetition software, that's how you would... Yeah, memorization is definitely different, the same as from acquisition, yes. So, because you're asking specifically whether you would learn 25 words a day, I'm assuming that you're trying to memorize the words. So if you're trying to memorize the words, that's how it works. This is how Anki can help you with that. And again, I'm saying Anki just because it's the most popular and open source software, and it's the best space repetition software, flashcard software out there. So, right. And it's free. Am I selling Anki? I don't think I'm selling Anki. But yeah, so basically that's what it is, right? So I hope it makes sense to you. And of course, the only way to... this is kind of the memorization of the 25 words part. The only way, however, that you'd be able to actually recognize them in sentences and eventually bring them up in your memory to use them in your conversations very, very long time from now is if you immerse with comprehensible input, with reading. Well, comprehensible input includes reading, but listening, reading, watching Japanese, right? So Anki is supplementary, not the main course. Can you give me the name of your 2000 Kanji Anki deck? So the name of the 2000 Kanji Anki deck is Kadanshin Kanji Learner's Course. That is the name of it. Let me see if I can find it for you. Let me see if I can find it. KKLC Anki deck. And I'll bring that up here. Pretty sure this is it. Yep, that's it. Okay. There you go. So this is, so before you start downloading the deck, etc., highly recommend to read the description. There is a very long description on the actual Anki deck where you download it. And once you have read the description, download it, do what description says to actually set it up correctly for yourself. But This deck is meant to be used together with the Kanji Kanji Learners course, not by itself. By itself, it just doesn't have enough information there to be fully useful, right? So it's important to use it in conjunction with the Kanji Kanji Learning course. Bite Martin, welcome to the stream, dude. I would say I discover so many new words a day, but it takes a lot of repetition to actually memorize them. Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, you can use your Anki, or you can just rewatch the content. You can take notes down. Like, there is a reason I'm doing this, right? There is a reason I'm actually writing all the kanji down. Yeah? I'm not drilling them. I'm not writing the same kanji 10,000 times, but it is engaging your tactile memory. When you start writing things down, there is, well, tactile memory, basically, that activates, and it creates another hook for you to recall what you're trying to remember. I was here earlier, but for some reason certain VPN services blocked WeChat messages from actually sending. Oh dear, I think it's not VPN services, but maybe it's the Twitch that blocks chats from certain IP addresses, as in VPN services. My notebook looks a bit like that today after writing things down from the CI Japanese videos. It is the VPN servers, this has happened for years. Oh, fair enough, okay. But yeah, so it's, you know, a lot of people say, oh, don't write things down, you know, Anki, you only need Anki and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Anki is great. But writing things down is great as well. It's a different reason why you write things down compared to why you drill Anki. And they both work in conjunction with each other. So there is nothing wrong with doing either or. Right. Ladies, gents, lovely people, we are gonna start with kanji. I'm gonna go very quiet for a little bit, right? And we're gonna be doing some kanji. Of course, as always, feel free to... There we go. Feel free to ask any questions, etc., and I will get back to you eventually. But... that is what we're doing. But Martin is saying tomorrow the same server will probably work again. It's on and off, kind of annoying. But yeah, I'm enjoying writing things I recognize from the video, either in Kan or phonetically. I'm trying to avoid writing things in English. Nice one, man. Nice one. All right. So yeah, if you have any kanji questions, feel free to ask. But I will start on that right now, and we can study together if you're studying something as well. All right. Naruhodo. So okay. Right. What? Naruhodo. Yosh. I did say I'm gonna shut up and actually study today. I was lying. Stoichi by Wanas. By Hanas. Wanas じゃなくて。何を言う Stoichi. But Martin is asking, so what was this thing you're using for the kanji again? I didn't really catch the name. So the book is called Kodansha Kanji Learning Course. They have a companion called Kodansha Kanji Learner's Dictionary, I think it's called. Pretty sure. Yeah. So, but this is specifically Kodansha Kanji Learning Course. And the Anki deck, let me just... Hold up. Right. I will paste the thing into... There you go. So you have a link in Twitch as well as the... So this is the Anki deck for it, but you do need to use it in conjunction with the Kodansha Kanji Learning Course book. Because if you don't, the deck simply doesn't have enough information there to be useful in its own right. Now, alright, let's try and write this. This is one of the more complicated kanji. Well, not really, but more complicated than the ones we've encountered so far. Wow, it's a fat kanji, right? I gotta learn to write this properly. So say nanas jo say suru say suru sayなるほど。よし。 Danny, you were asking what is that I'm using. When you say that, what are you referring to? If you're talking about writing, it's just pen and paper. If you're referring to something on my screen, this is the Kanji Learners course. But I'm not sure what else you might have been referring to. So do let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. Now, here you. All right. So let's get down and drill this in Anki now. Mesten mokka. Mokka. Thank you for the follow at Diamond. I am, again, never sure, but if you're watching, thank you so much for the follow. Really, really appreciate that. Hold on. This is one of the first kanji you learn. And this is one of the most annoying kanji you probably encounter. There are a few others that are like that, but Jesus Christ. See all these? These are all different readings for it. Yeah. Anywho. And I forgot to switch this on. All right.もってするな。なるほど。Je suis なるほど。なるほど。倍。分じゃなくてね、倍。2倍。倍にする。倍率。倍数。数倍。と1倍は働く。人1倍働く。バカじゃない。よし、次。That's all. Well, at least I got one right. It's 5. 倍。ダブル。倍にする。 hýbaj to baj nesuる。人一倍働く。人一倍働く。人一倍働く。なるほど。All right, and we are done with this part of the yoink. Yeah, so we're done with this part of the stream, and we're just gonna ban a person there casually. There we go. All right, so yes. Next, what are we doing? What are we gonna do next? So next we are gonna go and introduce you to, at the very least, filters seem to be keeping them out of the chat lately. Yes, so the filters, and by the way, thank you so much for sharing those filters with me as well. They're catching them much better now. So yeah, absolutely. But yes, so next I'm gonna introduce you to a very cool channel that I have been watching on and off for quite some time now. It's really, really cool. So let me bring this up this way first. So the channel's name is Onomappu. Onomappu is, as the channel name might imply, it's a channel that deals with all things onomatopoeia in Japanese, and if you've tried listening or even, studying Japanese for a little bit, maybe not studying, but definitely if you've done a lot of input, you'll be learning a lot of onomatopoeia, or at least encountering a lot of it. So this channel can actually help you out with that. So fantastic channel, go and sub to him, and he actually recently started re-uploading videos again because he was studying to become a doctor. Now he has graduated, I think, and he is again uploading videos, so which is really, really cool. Danny Smikle is saying, in the deck, should I learn all the 2000 kanji reading? So, Danny, if you are just starting, and I believe, if I remember correctly, on Wednesday you did say that you've only started studying Japanese, I would actually advise against studying kanji. You have so many things to learn that kanji can be put on the back burner, right? However, if you really want to study kanji, you can, but just it will be very overwhelming studying kanji and words and everything together, okay? To answer your question, you don't need to study anything, but I know, I always say that, don't I? You don't need to study anything, but if you want to be literate in Japanese, right, very, very important, there is a standard, I think it's made by the Japanese Board of Education or something like that. And they're called Joyo Kanji. So this Kadansha Kanji learning course will teach you all of the Joyo Kanji. right? So this is basically all the kanji that are required by the Japanese people to know by the time they graduate high school. That's, if you want to be literate in Japanese, that's what you would need to learn eventually. So that's why I am going ever so slowly through the kanji, because there is no rush, but I'm supplementing a lot of it with a lot of reading, right? Wow! Onomappu, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I am late. You are not late, man. You are just in time. We are... Kanji Turley is extremely overwhelming for sure. Yes, I agree with that, Bite Martin. I actually took 6 months to just learn kanji. And then I promptly forgotten them because it was absolutely useless to learn them out of context. Hence, I'm learning them in context now. Right, and by 6 months, I mean, I've learned over 2,300 kanji in that time. Learned. There is a reason I'm studying them again. Alright. I'm gonna do it right this time around, guys. Don't you worry. Right, yeah. Onomappu, we are just... so we're finished with Anki, and we're finished with the kanji part of the stream. But we are just about to start on the comprehensible input part. And I'm just introducing everybody to this fantastic channel called Onomappu, which we will listen to, I think, 2 of his videos because they're quite short. So give me 1 sec. I'm gonna put things away. Alright. I'm using the Kaishi 1.5k deck from a week, which you said. Yeah, very nice, very nice. How is that going, my man? And are you also immersing? Well, there is no need to learn Ramaji. You kind of, unless you don't, the Latin alphabet is not your primary alphabet that you use. You don't need to learn Ramaji if you're already using that. But hiragana and katakana, there are 2 different ones. So hiragana is used for all things Japanese, and katakana is used primarily for loan words, right? So borrowed words from other languages, signs, and other things like stressing a specific word to indicate that, the meaning is slightly different, or that it's an important word, whatever. But that's kind of in anime, or not anime, manga and stuff. I got another Anki deck for science and mathematics Japanese terms, but it was too hard, I couldn't remember, so I gave up on that first. Let me just get the basic words. Exactly, my man. So, and again, Onomappu, do not just use Anki, right? Supplement that with immersion. You gotta do this, because the moment you start learning Anki, you have to start immersing and look out for those words that you remembered in Anki, right? Or you're learning in Anki. Because if you don't do that, what a lot of times can happen is it will say, oh, you know 2,000 words, great. And then you go and listen or read something and you're like, I have no clue what's going on. Help, I thought I knew these words. Turns out your brain learned to do Anki really well. That's all it learned. The reason why I'm saying it is because that happened to me. So, don't do what I did. Okay, be smarter. I'm learning words in Ramaji. Is that bad? So, here's the question for you. If you're learning words in Ramaji, ask yourself a question, why? Why are you learning them in Ramaji? So, while Romaji is used on the signs in Japan very rarely, very, very rarely, but it is, it's pretty much useless if you want to engage with native Japanese content in any way. So manga wouldn't use it, books wouldn't use it, signs, if you go to Japan, wouldn't use it. Basically, it's not gonna be anywhere. So why spend time learning things in Romaji when you can take a couple of weeks? So Byte Martin, as a matter of fact, just started learning, and he's been learning 3 weeks. And I'm pretty sure he's nailed both hiragana and katakana by now. I think on our Discord server he shared today, and I'm actually gonna show you. And I know, I'm sorry, Byte Martin, I'm revealing everything to everybody. But I think it's important to show. So this is his quiz for hiragana and katakana from this morning, I believe. I know, hazukashi sugiru yo. But yeah, so this is, he done both hiragana and katakana, and he got 94%. That took him 3 weeks to achieve. While at the same time doing Anki to start doing Kaishi, 1.5k deck, and Immersing, right? So not just doing hiragana and katakana alone. So if you just take a couple of weeks to nail this, all of a sudden you'd be practicing actual real Japanese instead of Romaji, where it's absolutely useless. You'll be practicing that while learning words and vocab in Japanese, right? So that is why I am the biggest proponent of learning hiragana and katakana from day one. I think it's very important to do that. Tina, welcome to the stream. Mrs. Zorro, I stopped for a while learning Japanese because it was too overwhelming for me, but I want to start over again, so what is suggestion for beginner? Very good question, and I see there are a lot of questions coming in, so give me a sec. All right, Tina, so I'm gonna direct you to, well, okay. Before I direct you anywhere, here is, I think, what is the best way to learn Japanese from absolute zero, right? On a day one, you're gonna go, and there are a few YouTube channels that would be perfect. They only speak Japanese, but they are done in such a way that even though they only speak in Japanese, you will start understanding words from the first minute you watch them. Now, you cannot just sit passively and just, oh, I'll just learn it by watching it. No, you have to be actively listening and actively watching what is happening in the video, but you'll start acquiring language straight away, very much like Japanese kids acquire language from zero. Now, to supplement that, I also would recommend learning hiragana and katakana as well, but that is all you need to do. So, to begin with, you can supplement that later on with grammar and all that stuff, but that's irrelevant. Very, very beginning, that's what you need, because you will see your progress. You will be like, oh, I remember this word. Oh my God, next video you're watching, oh, I remember this word. Oh, I remember that word. And this is the small wins you want to be having to keep your interest, to keep your excitement, and keep going and studying Japanese. And so it doesn't feel overwhelming, because all you need to do is just watch videos. It's as simple as that, right? So it doesn't get any simpler. So I will directly to my video, and the video is called 5 Best Channels to Learn Japanese as a Beginner, or something like that. Go and check it out. It will give you 5 different channels. Actually, it will give you 6 channels and a separate resource as well on top of that. But to start when you know zero Japanese, right? And if you've tried studying it before, you might know something already, so this is gonna be even easier for you to start with. So that's my recommendation to begin with, and after 200 hours of listening like this, you can start expanding and doing other stuff, while you're gonna be basically in a very, very, very good spot listening-wise, you're probably gonna be around N5 level, right? So, but Martin is saying everything else feels significantly easier to engage with once you know the kana. Yes, so this is to answer the Danny's question regarding is studying Romaji bad? It's not bad, but you're wasting time studying it in Romaji instead of studying it in Hiragana and Katakana. Anabukon says, at present I'm using Anki and then another app for some grammar, sentences and stuff, and I watch some anime without subtitles and read some stuff from Satori Reader. I changed my phone language and PC language to Japanese. So you're definitely done more than I have, because I haven't changed my phone or PC language to Japanese. I'm a wuss. I also break my computer a lot. I need my quick understanding on stuff. I do stuff with the computer a lot, so but that is a fantastic idea, and I'm thinking of changing that on the phone, because I don't usually break my phone a lot. So yes, all the good things that you're doing there, Anaokun, and again, I don't know what level you're at the moment, but just make sure you don't burn out, right? Now, going back to Tina, right? Tina, we're just about to go into the second part of our stream. And in this part, we watch a Japanese-only channel as a comprehensible input. And today's channel is going to be Onomappu. Now, this channel is a little bit advanced in terms of what he's talking about, but every video he introduces the onomatopoeia. And if you know Japanese at all, or anything about Japanese, you'll know that there is a lot of onomatopoeia in Japanese. So, usually, and I've watched a few of his videos, usually he did introduce it in such a way that it should be quite obvious what the onomatopoeia means. And maybe it's only obvious to me because I know a little bit more Japanese. I mean, I've been studying it for 15 months, but I think even though it's a little bit more advanced than for a complete beginner, I think you might be able to get something out of this as well. So, Onomappu, go and check it out. The channel link is in the description of the stream. Go and subscribe to him. Fantastic channel. Primarily, he talks about onomatopoeia, but he also has like daily life things. He also introduces you to Japanese slang, and he introduces you to... Well, he actually has conversations with his friends, right? Ponsar's highlight... A very funny name. How did you learn how to get better at listening? I know about 1,000 words and some grammar, but I find myself getting lost when listening to conversational videos. Alright. So, the answer is actually very similar to what I was just telling to Tina. Check out my best 5 YouTube videos to immerse with for complete beginners, and start there. Comprehensible input. Massive amounts of it. You'll start with very slow Japanese, work your way out to more difficult, faster Japanese, to eventually actual content made for Japanese people. Like, for example, Hikakin TV. It's made primarily for it's made for the whole family. So Hikakin TV, highly recommend this guy. It's the speech is made primarily for the whole family, so it's very easy words. He doesn't speak very fast, and the grammatical structures and the vocab he's using is fairly simple. But again, before you graduate to this, I would say do comprehensible input, so go and check out the video with all the links there as well in that video, and start with the most basic Japanese and train your ear to get better at understanding, because the only way to understand better or listen better is to listen a lot. There is, unfortunately, I wish there was a magic, I could wave a magic wand and make myself understand everything, but no, it's literally just train your brain to listen. So that's how you do it. All right. talking off. Let's get and listen to a little bit of. There we go. Yuyo no Nihongo, fantastic. Dmitry, welcome to the stream. Fantastic channel, highly recommended. Not for complete beginners though. He is more for advanced beginners, lower intermediate people. Maybe up, but I don't think he does any content higher than lower intermediate. But fantastic, fantastic channel. The music is a bit loud at the moment. If we're listening to something next, well, we are listening to something next. And well, we're gonna switch off the music. Oh no! The music is gone! That song just ended. It's okay. It's okay. Alright. So again, Onomappu, check it out, subscribe to the guy, because if you want to learn onomatopoeia, he is the man. So, let's go. Well, I mean, Hatsune Miku is amazing. AI. Well, no, I don't think it's AI, but, you know, VR idol and all that. Right, let's go.
Hello everyone, 大家好、皆さんこんにちは、ひときです。僕のチャンネルでは日本語のオノマトペを紹介していきます。今日はアニメの中で使われているオノマトペの中で日常生活でも使える3つのオノマトペを選びました。
Alright, so if you're like, oh my god, he's speaking so fast, don't worry about it. We'll get to onomatopoeia. He'll be a little bit slower when he's talking about that. Is the sound level okay of the video? Because his earlier videos, and this is one of the earlier ones, the sound is a little bit low. So if it's low, let me know. I'll boost it up here.
ごくごく、ぷつ、ぐーぐーのこの3つです。では最初にごくごくをどうぞ。ごくごく、ごくごく。
Alright. Right, let's see now.
喉乾いた。ごくごくをどうぞ。ごくごく、ごくごく。喉乾いた。水持ってる。水か。水はちょっと持ってないかな。そっか。水持ってないか。実は水持ってるんだけど、でもまあ頑張ったからいいよ。ありがとう。そんなごくごく飲まないで。ごめん。でも頑張ったしいいよ、飲んで。ありがとう。気持ちいい。ごくごくは飲み物を飲んだ時に、
ごくごく、
それが喉を通る時のその時の音、それがごくごくです。ですので、たくさん飲み物を飲んでいる時、その時の様子をごくごく飲んでいるということができます。僕も。
Alright. So for those of you who have just started learning Japanese, did you understand what Goku Goku means? Let me know in the comments, or just shout out right now. Did you get what the onomatopoeia Goku Goku is used for? Yes, that's exactly what it was, Bite Martin, right? It's the sound that you make when you're drinking, when you're quite thirsty and you're kind of drinking loudly, right? So it's the sound, the gulping sound that you make. So even though he speaks really, really fast, you can still understand what Goku Goku means, right? So, and he introduces 3 onomatopoeias, so let me shut up and let's actually continue with the video.
もう小さい頃お母さんにそんなにごくごくジュース飲んでおねしょするよと言われたのを覚えています。次にプツをどうぞ。プツは糸が横に引っ張られた時にそれが切れる時の音です。プツの説明の前に糸といえば日本での赤い糸の意味を知っていますか？
知らない。
日本ではよく赤い糸は 運命の赤い糸と言われています。
なるほど。
人は皆運命の赤い糸を持っていて、その運命の赤い糸によって運命の人と出会うことができると言われています。またこの運命の赤い糸は普通は小指についているらしいですよ。ですので自分の小指もたまには見てみてください。
その感じ。
映って切れてよかった。死ぬとこだった。例えばあの有名な映画「君の名は」でもこの運命の赤い糸の話は出てきます。
あ
あという映画は時空を超えた2人の恋愛ものの物語ですが、この映画の中で三葉の赤い髪飾りはとても重要な意味があるんです。この運命の赤い糸によって結ばれた滝くんと三葉は時空でさえも超えて2人はつながっていきます。ですので三葉の髪飾りや滝くんのブレスレットの色が赤色であったのは、これはたまたまではありません。そこにはとっても深い意味が込められていたんです。ではプツッという音は日常生活の中でどのようにして使われるのでしょうか。これからプツの入った文章を言うので、その様子を想像してみてください。美味しいお肉は食べた時にその一つ一つの繊維がプツプツと切れていくので、とっても美味しいです。どうでしたか？想像できましたか？日本人はこの説明するのがとっても難しい感覚をオノマトペとして使っています。きっと難しいと思いますが、僕がしっかり教えていくので安心してください。最後にグーグーをどうぞ。グーグーグーグー。
So this was a little bit more difficult, and let's rewind to here. But did you get what putsu meant? I mean, it was pretty funny, but did you get what putsu meant? Let me know. Let me know, and we'll continue. Yeah, that's fine. So from my understanding, putsu is when a thread is severed. So it's the sound that it's like puts, puts. That's the sound that it makes. And remember, this is just onomatopoeia, right? Goo goo.
お腹グーグーうるさいな。お腹でも空いてるのかな。あ、そういえばカバンの中にチョコレートあったな。それでもあげてみようか。あ、お腹減ってるよね。チョコレート食べる？
え、チョコ？
お、めっちゃお腹グーグーなってたんだよ。ありがとう。グーグーはとってもお腹空いた時にグーってお腹から鳴りますよね。その音がグーグーです。他にも寝ている時グーグーといびきをかきますよね。その音もグーグーです。僕も高校生の時誰だグーグー寝てるのは。この問題難しいと寝ていないふりをしました。前回も日常生活の中でたくさん日本人が使っているオノマトペを紹介したので、ぜひ見てください。Okay guys, that's all for today. Hope you like it and don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. 然后如果你们有意见的话，请给我听一下，在下面就可以写哦。皆さんありがとうございました。あともう一つ、僕はインスタグラムのアカウントオノマップ。
Alright. So, did anybody get what Gugu meant? because that is the last onomatopoeia that we have been introduced to. Let me know. And hey, if you don't know what it is, just let me know that you didn't get it. But just by looking at surely snoring, well, there are actually two meanings of gugu. Gugu, 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 gu. Ne. So where is I think this is the first meaning here. Somewhere here, yeah.
Gugu, gugu. お腹グーグーうるさいな。お腹でも空いてるのかな。
And this is gugu, ne? Gugu. Also a good reason to learn katakana since it's used a lot of onomatopoeia as well. Exactly, yeah. So that's a perfect reason to learn katakana. Well, and hiragana is used in everywhere else, so. But yeah, so gugu has actually two meanings. So stomach rumbling, of course, and the gugu of gugu. Da yo ne. All right. Next one is same guy. Just gonna watch his next video. I'm gonna shut up and just let you guys immerse without me talking whatsoever. Let's go.
Hello everyone， 大家好，皆さんこんにちは，ひときです。对了，其实我们有中文字幕哦，欢迎打开。We also have English subtitles. Be sure to turn them on in the corner. 僕のチャンネルでは日本語のオノマトペについて紹介していきます。今日のオノマトペの前に、実は僕ちょっと髪の毛を切りました。この前美容院に行った時に髪の毛の長さはどうしますかって言われたんで、僕はじゃあ髪の毛の長さを短くお願いしますって言ったらこんなに短くなりました。皆さんどうですかね。僕はこの短い髪の毛好きですけど、まあどうでもいいか。では最初のオノマトペをどうぞ。プチプチプチプチ。皆さんはインターネットで何か商品を買ったことありますか？よくその商品を買った時に一緒にこういうのもついてきませんか？僕たちはこれをプチプチって呼んでいます。僕も小さい頃よくこのプチプチで遊んだ記憶があります。こう潰してプチプチ遊んだ記憶がありますけど、皆さんどうですか？プチプチはこれを押した時に中の空気が外へ弾き出るプチプチっていう音、これがプチプチです。ポイントは中の空気が外へ弾け出る、弾ける、弾ける、弾ける、この音がプチプチです。プチプチは今ではこれ以外にも使われています。こんにちは、トムです。先週日本に来ました。よろしくお願いします。俺の名前はボーン、ポジョンって呼んでよ。日本に来て3年目。日本語上手だね。よかったら俺の家へ来てご飯でも食べてよ。ありがとうございます。さて、どう？日本の家は。いいでしょ？はい、とても素敵です。そうだ、日本のご飯もご馳走してあげるよ。ありがとうございます。ご飯の上に明太子を乗せた日本の料理。どうぞ。ありがとうございます。
明太子。
いただきます。
大好きよ。美味しそう。食べたいよ。
これとてもプチプチして美味しいです。待って。今プチプチって言った？まさかそんな日本人しか使えない言葉をこいつが使えるわけないよな。そうだ、デザートのフルーツもあるよ。どうぞ。ありがとうございます。いただきます。このキウイの種、プチプチしてとても美味しいです。そっか。日本語教えてください。口の中で中身が弾ける。中身が弾ける。その時の感覚がプチプチです。僕は中身が弾ける時、それは嬉しいっていう風に聞こえます。その音がプチプチです。 プチプチのプの文字の中にももう丸が入っていますよね。ですのでそこを見ると覚えやすいと思います。もう一度言いますが、これはプチプチで、今ではここから来たプチプチが他の食べ物などにも使われています。今ではプチプチの感覚からいちごやごまなどたくさんの食べ物にプチプチが使えます。例えばいちごを食べた時に、そのいちごの種が口の中で弾ける、それを表したい時にプチプチという言葉を使います。このプチプチという言葉は日本人はたくさん使いますが、それを言える外国人はとっても少ないと思います。ですのでこのプチプチが使えると日本人は絶対に驚くと思います。ぜひ使ってみてください。明太子はたくさん魚の小さな卵が入っていて少し辛いです。そしていろいろな料理にも使うことができます。日本のプチプチしたものは明太子がありますが、皆さんの国ではどのようなプチプチしたものがありますか？ぜひコメント欄で教えてください。That's all for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. 对了，我们还有 IG 叫做
Alright. Lovely people. If you have enjoyed what you have seen on this channel, the channel is called Onomappu. The link to the channel is in the video description. Go and sub to him. He's an amazing guy. Very, very funny, as you have seen. And even though he speaks really fast, you can still derive knowledge of onomatopoeia from him. Really, really cool. Right. So, if you have any questions right now for me, speak now or forever be silent. Or something like that. We're about to start on our third segment, and that is plain visual novel. So, yeah, if you have any questions, shout before we start on that. Alright. Right. I'm gonna go here. How often are you finding new channels? I feel my subscription list is getting bigger every week. Well, that's what you want. First of all, you don't want to ever run out of Japanese content to listen to. I try to find a new channel for every stream. I will eventually run out. Don't you worry. They will run out eventually. But seeing how they say that in order to get proficient in the language, for Japanese specifically, you need 2,000 plus hours, more like 3,000 hours. And it's not to be fluent, just to get proficient in the language of listening. You know. You need a lot of content. So, for example, we can actually take Yuyu no Nihongo. So Dmitry Zagotsis recommended my apologies, recommended the Yuyu no Nihongo channel, right? And if we go to Yuyu no Nihongo, and I'm pretty sure I have subbed to him. I might not be. No, I am. I am subbed to him. Right, he has 552 videos. Yep. But even with those amounts of videos, we can check, and we see that his videos are between 5 and about 20 minutes long. Looks like the average maybe about 15 minutes. There are some longer, 43-minute ones. But yeah, even if we say that his average length of the video is 20 minutes long, 552 videos, 552 times 20 would only give us, and that's of course divided by 60, would only give us 184 hours of content. Seeing how you need about 2,000, yeah, you need a lot of videos to actually, get there. And of course, I understand that you won't be listening to one channel. You'll be listening to a lot of different things, and eventually you will be switching to native Japanese content. But I feel that the comprehensible input, even though there are a lot of channels, not many people know what channels are good, what channels are not. So, for example, this Wednesday, we were looking at the channel that's actually using AI voice. Now, I've checked with my partner later, and the channel was definitely using AI voice. However, all the pitch, accent, intonation were correct. So, you know, however you might feel about using AI voice, you can still engage with that content. So, yeah. But I hope that has answered your question, my man. Right. If there are no further questions, let me get set up. Let us get set up and let us get started. All right. So previously on Hanahira. So Hanahira is a visual novel that is Moe and Yuri. So if you don't know what those terms mean, look it up. But yeah, so basically it's slice of life. There is no story. But previously on Hanahira, we were following the girls. There are 4 main protagonists. Are they protagonists? They are protagonists, even though there are 4. We're following the girls as they were doing shopping for their sleepover. And after finishing the shopping, they went and done some photos together. A lot of warm feelings were involved, and, Doki Doki was happening a lot as well. The hearts were beating fast. But now we have we've taken the pictures and left the shopping arcade. And I believe we are on the way to actual sleepover now, maybe? Again, nothing ever really happens in this game because there is no overarching plot, but the characters are written really, really well, and I find it very endearing. So, without me saying anything else, let's just get engaged with the content and let's play the game. Jamba じゃないよ。そうなんだ。ちょっと。
そうなんだ。いいわよ。今日はうち私だけだし。
はい。そうなんだ。
親が留守なの。だからマネも今日を狙ったんじゃないかしら。
なるほど。
いやいや、そこまで考えてないよ。
by the by、これからちょっと日本語だけね。話しましょう。頑張ります。頑張ります。
そう。
そう。
みんなと一緒に入れたら楽しいじ
ゃん。楽しいよ。
だったらお夕飯は考えないといけないのか
な。そうだよね。
そうね。ピザとか提案物でいいんじゃない？
提案物？提案物？漢字がわかるけど、言葉がわからないけど、漢字わかると、提案物わかると思うけど、ちょっと調べてみよう。なるほど。やっぱり。
もしよければ、私が作ろうか。小春が？小春の料理？
小春の料理？いいの？いいよ。
せっかく泊めてもらうんだし、料理上手な春ちゃんのご飯、
贅沢というの意味は？なるほど。やっぱ。
いくら払えばいいんだ？いや、いくらでも払う。お金は取らないよ。
いいじゃん。
小春の料理だぞ。
そうだよね。
私はみんなに食べてもらえるだけで幸せだから。
優しい小春。
私、幸せになっちゃう。
あんまね。
じゃあ
あんまり
小春にお願いしちゃおうかしら。
幸せだけどさ。
手伝えることがあれば何でもするから。
ああ、何度そのうるせえと思いましたけどさ。ちょっとね、この感じな。この方がいいなと思う。よっしゃ、もう一度。
手伝えることがあれば何でもするから。ありがとう。この辺りで必要なものを買ってく？
この辺り必要なものを買ってく。何
作ってくれるの？リクエストとかあるかな？
さすが小春。
ハンバーグ、ナポリタン、ウインナー。
やっぱり甘ぬね。
野菜も食べなさいよ。
ね。
じゃあね、ロールキャベツ。想像するだけでお腹がグーグーなっちゃうよ。
やめ
ロ
た
ー
そりゃ。
ルキャベツか。わかった。まことちゃんとかおりちゃんは
But Martin is asking, have you got these things you use for visual novels in the resource channels? Well, language learning, you know what I mean. Yes. So when you say the things that I use, do you mean the thing down here and the thing on the right, etc., and the guide how to set it all up? If so, no, I do not have it. I have on a back burner to create a video with all the resources on how to set up the text structure to interface with visual novels, and the basically the Yomitan as well, and things like that. Yeah, on the right hand side. Yeah, I gotcha. So I have it on my list of to-do videos, but there are a few other videos that will come out first, and so once I start working on a video, it would be very easy for me to just copy paste those resources into the language learning channel on Discord. But for now, unfortunately, it's not there. It sounds like a list where once you complete one task, 2 more new tasks appear. Yeah, so to set to let's try this again. To get it all set up from the beginning, from scratch. Not to put anybody off, but there is you gotta do quite a few things, right? And I want to say there is a lot to do. There is a lot to do. But once it is all set up, you're pretty much cruising, right? It's just gonna be benefiting you whether you do in visual novels. You can use text structure for some games as well. You can use the Yomitan to look up anything on the web related. So basically that's why we're pulling it here, because this is a web interface. So Yomitan can actually access it and give you the definitions and things like that. But yeah, I really need to create the tutorial for that. And maybe throw resources into the Japanese learning channel for that as well. Yeah. I'll get there eventually. Alright.
ロールキャベツか。わかった。まことちゃんとかおりちゃんは
ロールキャベツ。ロールキャベツ美味しいよ。
私は小春が作りやすいものでいいわ。
よかった。
私も小春が作るものなら何でもいい。
さあみんな、ロールキャベツしようか。
それじゃあ何か適当に作るね。
いいな。
適当に作れるなんてすごいわね。そんなことないよ。リクエストがないと自分が得意な料理になっちゃうし。
そうだよね。それはいい。
これを機に小春から料理習おうかな。
もう一度。
これを機に小春から料理習おうかな。
奥に、これを機に 機に。これを機に。もう一度。
これを機に小春から料理習おうかな。
これを機に。
おお、かおりちゃんの料理レベルアップだね。誰かさんのお腹を満たすためにもね。
満たす。なるほど。
それじゃあスーパーでちょっと買ってくるね。
私も行く。荷物持つから。
ありがとう。
優しい。
私たちも行こう。あまね。スーパーは普段あんまり来ないな。
普段。スーパーは普段あまり来ないな。普段は I should know this word. なるほど。
たまにお母さんにくっついてくるくらい。楽しいのにもったいない。
もったいない。
まあ商品がたくさんあるのは見ていて楽しいけど。見ておもちゃ付きソーセージ。アニメキャラクターのカレーとふりかけ。子供用の商品に釣られるとは、中身は子供そのものね。
そうだよね。
あと忘れちゃならないお菓子たち。それはさっき買っただろ。これは夜食用だよ。じゃあさっき買ったのは？
さっき買ったのが
やだな。あれは食後用だよ。
食後よ。食後だよ。I thought that was one word. Never mind.
食後はフルーツじゃないの？フルーツだったりお菓子だったり。
フルーツの方がいいよ。
要は美味しいものが食べれたら何でもいいのね。
だよね。
キャベツとひき肉と
キャベツとひき肉。
他の野菜とこれとこれも。まことちゃん、カゴ重くない？カートを使えばよかったね。
平気だよ。
カゴがあっという間にいっぱいになってる。
あっという間にいっぱいになってる。あっという間に意味。なるほど。
テキパキしてて小春はやっぱり慣れてる感じね。
テキパキはなるほど。
テキパキしてて小春はやっぱり慣れてる感じね。
慣れてる感じね。慣れてる。
小春はいいお嫁さんになるよね。
いいお嫁さん？
まことちゃん、おかえりなさい。
小春、ただいま。
今日もお疲れ様。でもまことちゃんがいなくて寂しかったよ。
ごめん、ちょっと仕事が長引いて。
お休みの日はずっと一緒にいようね。
もちろんだ。
もちろんだ。
そうだ、お風呂にする？お夕飯にする？
小春。いやそのエプロン姿よく似合ってる。
いつもと同じエプロンだよ。一緒に暮らし始めて結構経つのに変なまことちゃん。
初めて結構経つ。なるほど。
その笑顔もかわいい。
もうまことちゃんたらどうしたの？まこと。
Back to reality。
まことちゃんが真っ赤になってフルフルしてる。具合でも悪いの？ やっぱりカゴ重かった
具合が大丈夫よ。
小春がお嫁さんになって家で出迎える姿を妄想してしまった。
無双してしまった。無双してしまった。無双。なるほど。
小春が可愛すぎる。
まことちゃん。
まことちゃん。
何やってんだか。お嫁さんか。かおりちゃん、おかえりなさい。
おお、あまねだ。
あまね、その格好、料理作ってたの？このエプロンのこと？うん、お仕事で疲れたかおりちゃんに料理を食べてもらおうと思って頑張って作ってたんだ。大食感のあまねが私のために料理を作ってくれたなんてくす。
大食感。大食感。大食感。うん、なるほど。うん。そっか。はい。
そんな涙ぐむようなことじゃないよ。でも私はかおりちゃんのお嫁さんだもん。お嫁さんだと？なんて破壊力のある言葉なの？腰が砕けそう。
砕けそう。そっか。
今さら何言ってるの。そうだ、お風呂も沸かしてるんだけど、お風呂とお夕飯どっちを先にする？それとも全部。どうしたのかおりちゃん、よだれ出てるよ。
よだれ？あ、なるほど、よだれ。うん。よだれ出てる。
私ってばなんで想像してんのよ。
悶絶してる。
ちょっと変だよね。
悶絶してる。
どんな術してる？悶絶。悶絶してる。
悶絶してる。
悶絶してる。
想像
多分。
想像しちゃったのかな。
多分。
悶絶するほどすごかったのかな。
うん。
行き着くところまで行ったかもしれない。
行き着くところまで。うん。あ？どういう意味？
行き着くところまでってどこよ。
オッケー、わかった。
生地エプロン姿のあまねが可愛かっただけに妄想で終わらせたくなかった。私がどうしたの？お菓子買ったよ。そうよかったわね。あれ、なんで目をそらすの？
そろす？そっか。
いや、なんとなく。
なんとなく？
そうだ、かおりちゃんが好きなお菓子も売ってたから買ったんだ。
よかった。
あまねちゃんが他の人にお菓子を？
珍しいかも。
珍しいですね。
あたし、やるときはやるんだよ。
おお、なるほど。
おお。
かおりちゃん、
あ、 Did we by mistake went? Yeah, there we go.
おーい、かおりちゃ
There we go.
ん。どうして顔が赤くなってるの？それは。はい、お菓子。ここで出さなくてもいいわよ。うん。かおりちゃんの様子が変。
だよね。
別にいつもと一緒だから。
いつもと一緒じゃねえよ。ああ、いつもと一緒かだね。なるほどなるほど。
そんなことないよ。
あまね、今はほっといてあげて。
店頭のたい焼きって美味しいよね。
店頭のたい焼き。店頭 like a street shop かな storefront shop, yeah.
また食べてる。お待たせ。
お待たせ。
荷物が大量になってしまった。
だよね。
全部で
6袋。ずいぶん買ったわね。
ずいぶん。本当にずいぶん買ったよ。
ちょっと張り切りすぎたみたい。
張り切り。ああ、そうそうそう。わかったわかった。
荷物は私が持つから問題ない。
そんな。買ったのは私なんだから自分で持つよ。
大丈夫よ。
いや、小春にはちょっと重いと思う。そんなことないよ。持てるよ。
持てるの？
ちゃんと全部持てる。
はず。
持てるはず。持ってみせる。あやや、全部持ち上がってない。
なあ。
しかも大きい袋は引きずってる。
大きい袋は私に任せて。
でも
それくらいは甘えてもいいんじゃない？
私なら問題ない。小春はこの後料理を作らなければならないのだから、ここは体力を温存するべきだと思う。
温存するべき。温存するべき。だと思う。温存、温存するべきだと思う。
そうそう。
だよね。
小春が倒れたらお夕飯を作る人がいなくなっちゃうわ。そんな
本当の
の、
話ね。
せっかく買った食材がもったいないでしょ。そんなのせっかく買った食材がもったいないでしょ。
食材は材料だよね。
だったらみんなで分担しましょうか。
分担しましょう。分担。分担。そうだよね。
それなら小春も持つし、私たちも持つし。
重いの2つは私が持つ。
ありがと
小春は小さいの1つ。
う。そうね。小春はそれがいいと思うわ。
そうだよね。一番ちっちゃい子。
残りは私とあまねが持つわ。あまねもたい焼き食べてないで手伝いなさい。私はこのお菓子袋があるから。
あ、まあね。
それはほとんど自分の分なんだから当たり前でしょ。
当たり前ね。
重そうだから嫌だな。
あまね。ちょっとの、その人。
そう。じゃあ、あまねだけ、お夕食抜きね。
お夕食抜き。あ、ないね。夕食ない。夕食抜きね。
なあ、嘘です。持ちます。頑張ります。
あまね
やっぱり
と、一つずつ持ってっと。
残りの一袋は
残りは二人で持ちましょう。
かおりちゃんと片方ずつ持つってこと？
片方ずつ。片方。in your own way かな。each one 片方ずつ。そうかもな。
さあ、半分持ちなさい。
うん、片方ずつ。なるほど。
いい感じに配分されたわね。
なんだこりゃ。配分。うん。配分。配分。
私が小さくなければ全部持てるのに。でもみんなありがとう。
いいぞ、いいぞ。あれはい、帰りましたな。
みんな入って。
はい、
お邪魔します。
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 お世話になります。
お世話になります。
買ってきた荷物はこっちに運んで。
なるほど。
もう夕方だし、早速お夕飯作り始めちゃうね。
ね
おお、気合入ってるね、はるちゃん。美味しいものいっぱい作るね。楽しみにしてるよ。
お
お肉は冷蔵庫に入れておく？
ああ、冷蔵庫は適当に使ってくれちゃっていいから。中に入ってるもので使えそうなものがあったら使って。
うん。
ありがとう。お鍋はここで、包丁はこっち。
なになに？
お鍋はここで、包丁はこっち。
包丁。ナイフか。なるほど。ああ、その漢字知らなかった。まあ、漢字が知ってるけど、なんか包丁、読み方、わからなかった。
そうだ、クッションクッション。
クッション、クッションね。
全部で4つっと。はい、あまね。ふわーい、ふっかふかだー。そんなに嬉しいの？
ああ、ふっかふか。なるほど。
かおりちゃんちの匂いがする。嗅ぐな嗅ぐな。
嗅ぐな、嗅ぐな。OK。
とってもいい香りだよ。小春と誠のもここに置いておくわね。かわいい。ありがとう。
背もたれにしたら気持ちよさそう。
背もとれにしたら、もとれ？Oh, it's one word, 背もとれ。背もとれ as in レスト。わかった。あー
だったら私は足で挟んでてみよう。どうだ、カニバサミ。普通に使いなさいよ。
普通に使いなさいよ。
はいはい。
ちょっと
どうだ、カニバサミ。
カニバサミ。カニのハサミ？ Flying scissors。こういう意味。
はいはい、すごいすごい。どわっはっは あとこれも一応用意しておいたわよ。
一応用意しておいたわよ。用意する。用意。なるほど。なるほど。Learning to read is the hardest part for me, says Avanakun. I feel so discouraged when I go like Ben kyo u shi na kereba ikenai. なるほどね。それは一番難しいだよね。花部くん。俺もそのことはちょっと一番難しいと思うけど。But in English, yes. I also think that. And yeah, that's why I'm kind of stressing more reading right now. I'm reading a volume of manga a day. I'm trying to read a volume of manga a day. Karakai Jouzu no Takagi-san is what I'm reading. I'm on volume 16, I want to say today. So I'm gonna finish it by the end of the day. And of course, visual novels do help. They have extra content, and the good ones like this one has everything voiced over as well, which helps a lot. Damn, not watching that. Karakai Jouzu no Takagi-san, are you watching anime or are you watching drama? So, I loved anime, especially second and third season. And anime movie is absolutely fantastic. So good. Oh my god. If once you finish anime series, watch anime movie. It's the continuation of the series. It happens like, I don't know, like that summer when the summer the series finish off. So highly recommend it. Drama is different, so if you liked the anime, you might not like the drama because it takes the story in a completely different direction. I really enjoyed it. I thought that drama was fantastic, and the movie, the live-action movie, was also fantastic, even though at first it appeared to me that it was not good at all, so yeah. I have to somehow get the basics done in Japanese along with physics, chem, and math, so that at least I have a chance to get undergraduate program there. That's a big ask, man. That is a big ask. Yeah, if concentrate on the basics first, I think. Once you have the basics nailed, do special, like, just get your Anki sorted for chemistry, math, and physics. Just specific vocabulary for that. And which probably is gonna be easier than learning the basics, but you know, there is that. But yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. But you would need reading, like proper reading knowledge for that. So the only way to attain it is to, of course, learn. I'm sure you already know hiragana and katakana, but learn the kanji, kana, and read 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 and read. And once you thought that you've read enough, read some more. Yep, that's pretty much what I'm trying to do right now myself. Let's go.
あとこれも一応用意しておいたわよ。
なるほど。
ゲームだ。しかもパーティーゲームとは今日という日にはお集まあまねのためにしかもパーティーゲームとは今日という日にはおあつらい向きなチョイス。
今日という日にはおあつら向きなチョイス。あ あつらえ向き。ちょうどいいね。というのは、ちょうどいい。なるほど。Why do Japanese people bother to adopt kanji? Just use those damn spaces to differentiate between words. Well, here is an interesting thing for you, for anybody who's watching. The countries that use some type of kanji in their alphabets have literacy levels that are ridiculously higher than the countries with just Latin or Cyrillic alphabets. Interesting, isn't it? So yeah. I'm pretty sure that kanji is sort of easier to learn when you are growing up with the language from the word go, because you can already speak the language and understand most of it by the time you start learning kanji, while learners of the language usually do it backwards and try to study kanji first, which I have done and I regret it, instead of learning to actually understand the language first and then study the kanji and learn to read afterwards. But whatevs. Right, let's go. Is Japanese my third language? It is, yes. My first language is Russian. My second language was Latvian, but that's completely gone now. I haven't used it in almost 30 years. My real second language is English, and you might have noticed that. And Japanese would be my third language, yeah.
あまねのために買ったんじゃないからね。何人ででも遊べていいと思って買ってきただけなんだから。
あ、なるほど。
美味しい食べ物にリラックスできるクッションにゲームに。私が好きなものばっかりだ。
好きなものばっかりよ。
たまたまでしょ。
たまたまっていうのはあれ？意味がちょっと違うね。この意味と思うね。かな。
たまたまなんて本当に起こるものなんだね。そうね。
小春、このキャベツはどうしたらいい？
このキャベツどうしたらね。いや、なるほど。Anawa-kun says, I couldn't learn Japanese the way I learned English, but I don't have 15-16 years to give to learning this. So, Anawa-kun, I'm trying to formulate my thoughts so it makes sense. To try and get your placement in undergrad program. You don't necessarily need to know to be fluent in Japanese, okay? However, you have to be at very advanced level still. Alright? If you want to... Well, I'm pretty sure there are kind of ryugakusei programs where you wouldn't need to necessarily have a high level of Japanese. So basically like exchange student. Or are you looking to go to a Japanese college in Japan or uni, whatever? Into the same stream as native speakers go to. Because if you go into the same stream native speakers go to, you need to be probably at least N2 level of Japanese in terms of really reading. That's what you would need. Probably N1 even. Because it doesn't actually test your speaking ability at all. But if you're going into... I'm trying to go through MEXT. They will teach Japanese in the first year anyway. I don't have to learn it fully, but knowing it just increases the chances. Right. Okay, so it sounds kind of like... I don't know what MEXT is, by the way, so, forgive me for that. But it sounds like it's one of the sort of exchange programs, so you're not going into exactly the same stream as the Japanese native speakers do. So you might not need to have the similar level of Japanese. But yeah. Naruhodo. But yeah, so going back to the 15-16 years, to give 15-16 years to learning Japanese is... you will... As long as you don't set yourself unrealistic expectations, you can get to a decent level of Japanese in a reasonable amount of time. What that reasonable amount of time is, usually in 2 years you can get yourself N1 if you study rigorously, GLPT, if you're looking to pass GLPT and test. You probably can get there. It's a scholarship program for foreign students to study in Japan. Multiple fields are available. My interest is physics, so I'll major physics. That's very cool. That is very cool. Yeah, so in that case, it sounds like you might not need a lot of Japanese for that. The language used is gonna be a little bit easier in there. And as you said, the first year you will be learning Japanese. Just remember that, yeah, you will have to kind of, yeah, okay. You're doing the right thing, learn Japanese before, because you will have a leg up on people that come in and know very little. But I would say that definitely push as hard as you can on the Japanese without burning out. I don't know how much you have left until you get to apply, etc. But do I like gaming? What's a KCD2? I'm not getting the abbreviation. And yes, I do like gaming. That's why we're playing a visual novel right now. I know visual novels are not really gaming, but, you know. KCD2. Oh, the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yeah. Well, I have the first game. I still to play that. I've played a little bit of it and enjoyed a lot. But yeah, the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is definitely on my radar, but nothing is gonna be played in English for a long while here. So right now my full attention is on Japanese, so any type of gaming I will be doing, I will be all in Japanese. So right now it's gonna be visual novels and easier games tailored for teenagers and children. So yeah. So no Kingdom Come Deliverance for a long while, until I'm versed enough to maybe tackle it in Japanese, if it has Japanese, I don't know. Oh, those games do have Japanese, says Byte Martin. Oh, that's really cool to know. Oh, that's really good to know. Thanks for that, Byte Martin. You were looking at both of those the other day. That's really cool. Well, in that case, I'll be tackling it once I feel like I'm at a level that I can tackle it. Right now, no. And I have a feeling that they might be using some archaic language to represent the time, which I do not need right now in my learning of Japanese. I need more of this day-to-day slice of life, because that's my level. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing that eventually. That's what I say about every single game on my backlog. So, take it with a grain of salt, but yes, it is on my backlog list. Yes, they even use Latin. There you go. So, yeah, basically. The Steam page says Japanese for both text and audio. It's still one I need to check manually, since that store page isn't always accurate, sadly. Yeah, so sometimes to get both, Byte Martin, you need to change the language before you launch the game. Right-click Properties, and then you select the language there on Steam. So yeah. Right, let's continue with the visual novel, shall we?
小春、このキャベツはどうしたらいい？
Oh yeah, キャベツだよね。
ロールキャベツに使うから1枚ずつ剥がしてくれないかな。
剥がす。あー、なるほど。
わかった。
わかったよ。
かおりちゃん、ボールはどこにあるかな？
But Martin is saying that, they're very aware of how to do all that, but some of them simply don't have it, such as Days Gone, even though it says on the store page. Interesting. I did have to jump through a few hoops for Shenmue to have both audio and written thing and text to both have Japanese, so I'm not sure if something similar might need to be done for Days Gone or something like that.
待って、そっち行くから。行かないでおくんなまし。はあ？すぐそこに行くだけじゃない。一人はいやんいやん。
あれ？
小春、ボールは左側の一番下を開ければあるはずだから。こら、あまねは離れろ。
But Monitor is saying Shenmue 1 can have subtitles while .ini tweak, but sadly the executable for Shenmue 2 needs to be modded. For Days Gone there is a separate Japanese version because it's slightly censored. God damn. Okay, interesting. So the Japanese version is slightly censored. So what will happen when you go and live in Japan? Would you need to rebuy the Days Gone in Japan? And would it not work? Would your worldwide version won't work? Or I suppose it will work. You won't get it. As far as I know, I would have to buy it again, right? Yeah, that's... Sounds about right, Byte Martin. Sounds about right. Alright. Don't you just love the rights and DRM management and all that? It's so fun. I was able to find that existing games in your library will continue to work if you change regions. That's good, isn't it? That's very good. Most games did work for me when I was living in Japan, so yeah. Too bad I wasn't learning Japanese properly there, but, you know.
こら、あまねは離れろ。
離れる。
私も料理手伝うんだから、あまねはゲームでもしてなさい。料理するって本気だったんだ。
本気だったんだ。
当然、料理がうまくなるビッグチャンスじゃない。
ビッグチャンスじゃない？うん、ビッグチャンスだよ。
それは次の機会とかどう？はあ？
え？
キッチンの店員、 どう見ても2人だし。それは
それ
よりかおりちゃんは私とゲームをしよ
あ、まあね。
う。引っ張るな。もう
あるね。
わかったわよ。ほんと？キッチンに3人立つと動きづらそうだし、
ね。
あまねのゲームに付き合ってあげるわ。だからかおりちゃんって好きさ。
これだけ。
はいはい。それじゃあゲーム起動してディスクを入れて。
起動する。ブットアップ。
いきなり本気出しちゃうよ。
いきなり本気出しちゃうよ。ちょっと待ってね。穴場くん、ちょっと待って。
あんたは手加減しなさいよね。
もう少しね。
あんたは手加減しなさいよね。
手加減しなさい。手加減っていうのは。なるほど。おーい。ボイスがない。なにこれ。難しいそりゃ。わからんこりゃ。本課外に、なんとか道。寄り道。なるほど。寄り道しちゃったけど、みんなが泊まりに来てくれて、嬉しいな。だよな。よし。呼んだ。あまねを、驚かそうと思って買ってきたゲームも喜んでくれてみたいだし、それにこうしてゲームがI want to say でこてる but I know it's not right. できるんだからなんだこの読まない。バカみたいじゃん。それに、こうしてゲームができてるんだから、目論み通りよね。黒み通りよね。
キャラクターを選んでと。
I think on that, actually, I'm just looking at the time. While she's choosing the character, we're gonna save. And we're gonna answer Anawa-kun's question. Anawa-kun is saying, because I'm learning Japanese, I use Japanese phrases in front of people around me a lot. They get too annoyed. My girlfriend even said the block button looks tempting. It's simple. Anawa-kun, it's very simple. If you want to use Japanese phrases and people not to get annoyed, all you need to do, change your friend circle to Japanese people only and get a Japanese girlfriend. That's it. All your problems have been solved now. On that note, ladies, gents, lovely people, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for watching. Do not take my last advice to heart. I am kidding, okay? It is very simple, right? Right. Our next stream is gonna be next Wednesday. The next video is gonna be coming out on Thursday.